Hi, Danny Morrison here for the Danny Morrison Expert Comments alongside Rario.com and Sri Lanka up against the West Indies. And I've got to say the West Indies have really been a shadow of themselves. They might be the defending champs because it was back in 2016 and with COVID and everything, the tournament has been somewhat delayed. Now, when you look at the side, they've got so much experience, the West Indies, but once again, you look at these young lions, I like to call them the young lions of Sri Lanka. They simply are outstanding. They brought their A game in terms of their batting. West Indies, yeah, you win the toss, sure. You've got to field first and want to have a look at what the surface is going to be doing. But really, when you're up against these young guys who are very committed, very exciting, and really want to prove a point. And when I look at Nasanka, Nasanka, very, very good. We know how fluent he can be. And once again, these subcontinent batters with lovely wrist work and being able to manipulate the field at their own will was very impressive. And I like that because Kushal Perera, the lefty, he's been around a long time. The opening stand of 42, whilst it wasn't massively electric, it was controlled, it was measured, and they knew what they were about. And so when Perera got out, you think about it, Sri Lanka, this fellow is just so exciting in that top middle order. And with, as I say, Nasanka getting 51 from 41, 5 fours, might be the big power opening, batter type striker, but he can and does invariably up the tempo when it's required. And this other chap, Tarik Sri Lanka, he only started playing for Sri Lanka in the middle of this year of 2021. And he too, he's out to show, hey, listen, notice me, I can play. And what play he did. 68 from 41, simply outstanding. 8 fours and a maximum. And that lovely variety, some cheekiness about it, improvising, but also just classical stroke play. And again, they just know when to flick the switch and go after certain bowlers at certain times. And when I look at this West Indian bowling attack, Superman, well, he got 2 for. They cruised to 189 for 3. So only 2 successful bowlers. Superman has been around for a while. Andre Russell, as I mentioned, that 2 for 33 and 4 with 8 dots. DJ Bravo, 1 for 42 and 4, went around the track a little. He went for over 10s. And then you think about Jason Hole has been pretty consistent. Ravi Rampal, both of them none for 37. And even Akil Hussain, he only bowled 2 overs because he got smacked for 22 in his 2. So nothing quite clicked for the West Indies. It really was frustrating to watch them because they are such an awesome talent. And having spent a lot of time at the CPL and their domestic T20 in the Caribbean, they'll be hugely disappointed. So put to the sword of it there, 190 to win. And the West Indies, well, we do love a lefty. And that top order of Lewis and Gale, both missed out, hugely frustrating. And then you look at relying on 2 or 3 players. And in the past, they've done that. The West Indies they've had the Gales, they've had Pollard, you name it. They've had these guys come in and destroy it. Even something like a DJ Bravo or an Andre Russell do that for them. But they've lost their mojo. And sadly, those guys I've mentioned are now in the twilight of their careers and on the end. And when I look at Nicholas Pooran, who's young talent, we know that under 19s in the UAE back in February 2014, and I saw a lot of that. It was very exciting. And he is a star, there's no doubt about it, but he needs to get more consistent. He got 46 there at Zion Stadium, but 46 and 34, 6 fours and a maximum. Yeah, then he got out at a crucial time, got to 46, he couldn't kick on and get big. And Shimron Hetmeyer, another one of the young Tigers. He's a star indeed in the making. But Shimron Hetmeyer, who's been around for a couple of years now at the international level, 81 and left high and dry there. 81 at the end with 54, not out. 8 fours and he hit 4 sixes. And it looked great, but really they were always struggling behind it. And they needed 35 off the last. Hugely behind the 8 ball, really, when Pooran got out and it was left to Hetmeyer. The one-man show, too tough in the end. But I look at the young bowlers again. Bruno Fernando, the big left armour, he got 2 for 21. Useful for him, gaining more experience. A couple of overs only. Chimera, 1 for 41 off 4. Yeah, he went around the track a little bit, but that was because of Hetmeyer going at him a little bit there and a bit of Nicky P. Even Karunaratne, he got 2 for 40 himself. I like that. 11 dots, 2 for 43. And a little bit of old Tikshana. Mystery spin. Didn't get a wicket, but I tell you what, none for 21 in 4 with 13 dots. He just kept the brakes on and strangled that. Once they'd lost some cheap wickets, the West Indies, they were always struggling. And Hasaranga, well, he got that key wicket. First ball for Pollard, went for the big sweep, got undone by some lovely loop and a slower delivery from Hasaranga. And old Hassers, he got 2 for 19 and 4. Outstanding, 10 dots. But really, the player of the match had to be Charit Aslanka. What a star in the making this young fellow is. Wonderful innings. And in the end, Sri Lanka comfortably home by 20 runs over the West Indies, who've now been knocked out of this